So a couple of weeks ago, I did a short on Instagram, and it was basically about fall trends. Now, every fall, every spring, I take some time and I binge watch all the young girlies on YouTube that are doing either fall or spring trends, spring and summer trends. And so that way, when I go out sourcing, I have a very focused direction as to what I'm looking for. So in case you have a booth and you've been wanting to put in a rack of clothing, or you already have a rack or two of clothing, I thought I'd share what I've learned after hours and hours of watching videos. I have seen, and I'm sure you may have noticed this too, an explosion of clothing sellers because the young people are basically the current buyers, and they buy so much used clothing. They actually do not like to shop malls. That could be why they're dying. They don't like fast fashion. They prefer to shop vintage. It's very in vogue. And so you can make really good money just selling vintage clothes. When I first opened, we didn't have any racks of clothing. It was only going to be vintage. But over the years, I have learned, and now we have 7 racks of clothing. We have a ton of jewelry and accessories, bags and shoes and hats. And honestly, they are always more than 60% of our daily sales, which is kind of shocking because you see how much I have here. So anyways, let's get started. Let me tell you what's on trend for this fall and winter. Number 1 is burgundy. Burgundy is still hot. It was hot last year and it's all over the place. And along with burgundy is brown, particularly a deep chocolate brown. And I was definitely on the hunt for that over the last few weeks. As always, I am late to the party. I haven't even decorated for fall. And so this was like basically a mad dash to stock my racks. But and burgundy and brown go beautifully together. They are an amazing combination. Now, what's surprising is the other hot color is purple. I am not a purple girly. I don't care for purple, but there is a fashion trend, kind of a niche trend called whimsy goth. If you haven't heard what whimsy goth is all about, you should go watch a couple of YouTubes because it is big. Whimsy goth is big with the young girls, and it really has kind of a magical, fairy-like, nature-inspired, celestial-inspired, kind of witchy, but in a very feminine way. So you're looking at a lot of like black lace and purple and deep jewel tone colors. And so now I'm definitely on the hunt for that. So that's kind of a sub trend. It's not even really a trend. It's kind of a core, like cottage core. What else? I can't think of another core, but there's multiple cores. Anyways, moving on. So last year, polka dots were really in. They are really in still. So you're seeing a lot of polka dots, big polka dots, little polka dots. And polka dots are still they're fairly easy to find in thrift stores. But surprisingly, I did not score a ton of polka dots. I'm going to show you everything, not everything. I'm going to show you some key pieces that I found over the last few weeks. And as always, a perennial favorite that comes back year after year is plaid. Plaid in all different sizes, all different colorways. And I love a good plaid skirt. When I was a teenager, I was really dedicated to dressing in the 50s style. So I always love a good long plaid skirt. And sometimes I rocked a plaid mini skirt. Oftentimes I rocked a plaid mini skirt. And so anyways, I love that plaid is in. And then it remains a hot hot commodity, leather, and this fall, suede, especially suede handbags, suede jackets, but definitely leather itself is still really, really in. Both the short, like motorcycle jackets, but also kind of the hip length blazer style leather jackets in every color. But my gosh, if you could find some brown, some chocolate brown leather, that's a guaranteed seller. Another not so surprising trend is animal print. So animal print, every kind of animal, cheetah, leopard, but amazingly cow, like cow prints are in. Not my favorite. I don't think I've ever owned any cow print. My favorite is actually leopard, and secondarily cheetah, but even zebra prints are in. And so, you know, be on the lookout for those because that print is really hot. As far as handbags go, big, huge, slouchy bags that really don't have a lot of form to them are back in style. You know, they're being rocked all over the place. But you know what I have noticed in my shop is a lot of the young girls also love really small, like I'm going to call them baguette purses. They're just small and kind of long. And so whenever I bring those in, they sell really quickly. So now I'm on the hunt for the big slouchy ones and the tiny little baguette ones. Also an honorable mention to big chunky sweaters. I absolutely pick up every cream colored chunky sweater I can possibly find. We sell a ton of those. Also a good penny loafer. Those are still really hot. Young girls love to wear them with socks, which I could never pull that off, but they look really adorable in them. So another surprising design trend is capes. Capes are everywhere as part of a long coat, like a capelet on a coat or a cape by itself. And that kind of transitions also into ponchos, which are also really hot. So if you find a poncho, put it on your rack because it will sell. So you know what they say about what's old is new again. Well, that is the case with the pirate shirt. So remember the pirate shirt? Whenever I think of that term, I think of Jerry Seinfeld with his big puffy pirate shirt. Well, it is back in style along with a very feminine bohemian look. So think lots of asymmetrical hems, lots and lots of lace, like lace jackets, lace tops, lace skirts, lace in your hair. Lace is in, and you're thinking more, you know, it's more about like a cream lace, a white lace. That was a very difficult style for me to thrift. I am still on the lookout for lace. I mean, I picked up maybe 1 or 2 pieces, but very difficult. It kind of, to me, leans a little bit summer, but lace is in for fall. So keep your eye out for that. So another really interesting thing about the young kids nowadays, God, I sound so old when I say that, is they are fascinated with the Gilmore Girls and with Friends. And so any of that kind of style from the 90s and the early 2000s, absolutely go gaga over this. I mean, to me, that era didn't feel like it really had a distinctive style. And so when I watch their videos and they're talking about the Gilmore Girls and Friends, I'm just like, okay, all right. Anyways, go watch. I mean, I have to admit, like, I never watched Gilmore Girls, but apparently Gilmore Girls, the majority of it is set in the fall. That's what my niece told me. And that's why whenever fall comes around, it is a hot topic of conversation. And of course, I watched Friends. And, you know, I do remember, I mean, you know, it was kind of like the tight-fitting tops with the short skirts, but they especially love Phoebe, which I always thought she was the kookiest dresser, but they actually idolize Phoebe in the way she dresses.
Before we get started with the haul, I wanted to share my experience with my beautiful fall staple, my Teddy Blake Lila bag in this beautiful red burgundy color. It is capacious. It fits everything that I need when I'm on the go, and I have to say that it has held up beautifully. Teddy Blake bags are made in Italy with the finest full grain leather by talented craftsmen. Teddy Blake offers luxury handbags at an affordable price. And then this coming week, save even more during their Halloween sale. Plus, you get an extra $30 off with my code down below. So go check them out. Enjoy all the beautiful handbags on offer, and then just pick your favorite.
So now let me show you what I found. Tell me if I got it right or I need to get back out there to source. So I found this half zip cable knit sweater in this brown color. So these half zippers are also in style, or they were last year, so I'm counting on this one selling. I also found this absolutely beautiful pleated skirt. It just hangs so lovely. I mean, it hangs beautifully. So I love that for fall. This one is brown. It's just a much lighter brown, but it's wool. And wool is always a perennial favorite for fall. This one just gets an honorable mention because it is in the brown family, but it's really more of a golden mustardy sienna brown, but absolutely beautiful for fall. And it can transition into winter. So here are some more skirts. They're more in the plaid family. I got this one with this beautiful belt. It's got just a touch of red, and it almost has like metallic thread in it. And then I got this one, which is really more of like a pencil style skirt. So pencil skirts, by the way, are also on trend this year. I got this one, which really reminds me of a schoolgirl look, would look beautiful with some penny loafers. I got this one that is very ladylike secretary. And I got this one, which this is the style that I used to rock as a teenager. Very long, very A-line, and the plaid, very bold. Though I didn't pick up any cow print, I did find some other animal prints. I got this cute little top, very much for a young one. I got this beautiful, almost like a slip style skirt. The other hot thing is slips. So full slips, girls absolutely love them. I actually scored a bunch of Victoria's Secret slips, and every single one of them sold. And it was funny because Matt's like, what do I do with these? Like, do we really want these out? And I'm like, yes, put them out, because they love to wear them as dresses. Also, the camisoles are super hot as tops. And then I also got this very wild skirt, which is very much in the animal family. So I've only found one cape, but it is pretty incredible. Look at that. That is just crazy. It's this beautiful wool blend material. And this actually kind of looks like a cow print. So I kind of checked 2 boxes with one purchase, but it is absolutely beautiful, and it has this like built-in scarf. It's pretty dramatic, and I would be really curious to meet the person who's actually gonna buy this. And I did find this cute little crocheted poncho with this fringe. It looks like somebody's grandma lovingly crocheted this. So I was super happy with this one. So as far as shopping, the Gilmore Girls trend and the Friends trend, like I said, I thought that kind of style would be everywhere, and it really wasn't, but this is what I found. I found this little top. Now this can be summer, or it could be a transitional piece right into fall, and this is what I'm talking about. Like if you can find anything with like butterfly sleeves, fitted and kind of on the shorter side, you're gonna be in luck. And then little sweater sets like this, these have been pretty hot over the last 2 to 3 years. This one is super lovely. It is a tank underneath, and then you have the sweater on top, but again, it's fitted. Green is an on-trend color, so that is always a good color to pick that. And then this is seriously reminds me of the 90s. Like, look at that. But it hits multiple boxes. It's very Friends, very Friends, I would say, more than Gilmore Girls, and very 90s, and it is lace, and it is green. So if I could pick up 10 like that, I would have been happy. This one is another one that is both Gilmore Girls and Friends. I mean, they used to wear these little kind of lightweight sweaters, that were open like this all the time. And then this one leans both whimsy goth and like the early 90s, right? I could totally see Phoebe from Friends wearing this one, or wearing this one. So here's some brocade and paisley pieces that I do not think are gonna last very long. We have this one that is kind of a long jacket. Now this one's not gonna be for everybody, but I could totally see somebody rocking this fall or winter. This one, now I have my young employee Tegan that works for me. The minute she saw this, she wanted to buy this. Look at that amazing brocade on this jacket. It is really, it is stunning even to me. Unfortunately, it didn't fit her, so it's gonna go onto my rack. And then this is more very fall inspired with this paisley and these beautiful deep jewel tones. This has more than just the paisley going on. It's got burgundy, it's got brown, and see what an amazing color combination that is. So super happy with that one. And then we just have these two right here. And I think this one especially is really on trend as far as that brocade. And that like really does lean like towards that whimsy, Gothic, Edwardian style look that the girls love. So leather jackets at thrift stores can be spendy, but they are a really good return on your investment. And let me show you the ones that I have found. I found this really adorable, very petite motorcycle style jacket. I also found this one I really like. It is I don't know how vintage it is, but it is really well done. And this is what I'm talking about. These are really, really popular as far as the cut goes. So I really like that one. And I also have this one that's suede. So suede is the new hot trend for fall, and so hopefully this one sells quickly. Along the same lines of plaid, and I have to say, blazers are still hot for the young ones. So not only is this a kind of a plaid, it's a very light colored plaid. I love the green, I love the cut of it. So this one I was really happy to find. And then look at this one. It has everything going for it. It's wool, it's plaid, it is vintage, really kind of a tweedy feel to it. It is very tiny, but we get tiny customers in too. So I'm also always looking for vests because I think there is a certain population, a certain group of girls who love a good menswear look, and a vest really tops off a good menswear look. So this one is just a traditional men's one. I have a few myself. And then this one is really cool because it does have kind of that bohemian look. It's got a little bit of lace there, and it is suede. So, and then it's got this beautiful silk on the back, and it's in kind of a caramel brown color, which I absolutely love. So that was really a good find. So I can't believe it's after 5, but I am going to finish this video before I take off for home. So in the polka dot arena, I found this beautiful flowy blouse. Now anybody could wear this. It's so beautiful. And then I found this little polka dotted number. I love the ruche sleeves and the little ruffled neck, and it is very bodycon, and the polka dots are just the right size. And then this beautiful long polka dot skirt. I want to say I've had this in over the summer, but now it's a perfect time to wear this skirt. I will still be on the hunt for lace because I didn't have much luck, but I did find this. To me, it strikes me more as summery, but it does have that beautiful eyelet. So I guess like it's September and it is still close to 80 degrees here, so you can still wear this blouse. This one is much more in line with a fall lace look, and then look at the sleeves. This is what you want to look for. If you could find bell sleeves or sleeves with a lot of detail like this one, you're going to be in good luck. And then I mentioned chunky sweaters like this beautiful, beautiful chunky sweater. This one is not going to last very long. Neither is this cable knit. This is right on trend. It's shorter. It's got these beautiful buttons. It's cable knit. It's almost an oatmeal color. And then this beautiful Ralph Lauren one is more fitted. It is more along the line of like a Gilmore Girl look. And so it's super pretty, and it's by Ralph Lauren. I didn't get a lot of burgundy, but I did find these beautiful combat boots. Now, if you carry shoes and you find combat boots, don't be afraid to pay up for them because they are really popular, especially if they're Doc Martens. I've paid up to $50 for a pair of Doc Martens because I have easily sold them for over $100. So, and as far as shoes go, besides the chunky Doc Marten style, these penny loafer kind of shoes are really in. Now these are men, and I have a pair that are also men, and they fit me perfectly. These are about a 9.5 women, but look at that beautiful burgundy color. And then there's these are also a beautiful burgundy color, and they are about a 9.5. If they fit me, I would be tempted to keep these because the construction on of it is great. But this is very much on trend as far as a fall look. And like I said, young girls like to wear these with like really thin socks. So we actually sell really thin socks in the store. The only really purple item I found is this really pretty purse. It's got a little heart. It's not a vintage one, and it's not quite a big slouchy purse, but it is on the bigger side. So I snatched that up. But I was looking for slouchy purses, so I did find this one. It's not a huge slouchy purse, but it kind of has that boho look. And red was the in color last year. I don't know if it's the in color this year, but I liked that this bag felt really unique, and it's suede, so that's a plus. I did find this big purse. It has a little bit of a form to it, so it's not like completely slouchy. It does have a little bit of seams right there. So I think you could kind of call it a slouchy purse, but I loved this brass detail. I love the black with the brown, and I think it's just a really on-trend bag. Even if it's not for the young girls, my ladies that lunch will love it. So for the young girls that opt for the little bags, this is what I'm talking about. Just very small, petite bags. This is not quite a baguette bag, but it is very close. So I don't think this one's going to last very long in the store because it's just the right size and it has a really good design. And you see it's got purple in the design. And what is that? Is that burgundy? It's really more kind of like a burnt orange, but it is a great design. And one last honorable mention for this amazing grandma crocheted granny square sweater. My gosh, if I could pick these up every day of the week, I really would pick them up because they are really incredible and they're still really, really popular. So this one, can you just picture Phoebe from Friends wearing this? Like, this is the kind of stuff that she would wear, and that kind of stuff is really hot. So I hope you enjoyed that fall trend report. Not something I usually do. Like I said, I never share jewelry or purses, rarely, or even shoes, but this is a transition time, and I feel like if you are a reseller and you have a booth especially, you can really make really good money selling clothes, honestly. If you pick and choose, if you only have one rack, go for the things that are going to give you the highest return on your investment. And if you have any questions, you can always email me.